Welcome, everybody, to the Monday Madrigal from the Raffles Crew, in which we ask a guest to reflect on the wonders of the weekend past and anticipate what's going to happen in the week to come. And today we have the wonderful Ima Abdulrahim, a storyteller par excellence. And Ima, what have you got to reflect on over the last week and weekend?
Thank you, Simon. It was something that I experienced in my last trip that was just so profound for me because it just gave me a lot of joy. While I was in Bangkok, I got to meet a friend, someone who actually attended my workshop in Jogja. And she works for an organization that basically just promotes happiness, and it's part of a Buddhist network. And so her teacher was there at the organization, and we visited a temple in Bangkok. And he was the one that took me on the tour. That's not the wonderful part about it. Joining us on the tour was his 92-year-old father, who was smiling from ear to ear. And then I only was told afterwards that he was actually supposed to be in a wheelchair because he was in an accident a couple of months ago, and he insists on getting up from the wheelchair with his cane. And Ajahn Pran, who's the monk, basically told us he'll probably only walk halfway, and then I'll bring him down, and then I'll continue the tour with you. So he walked very slowly up the stairs, and then halfway we sat down on a bench where there was a beautiful lotus flower. And then he said, "No, I want to go on." And he went all the way up to the last level of the monastery and to the temple. And then his son took a selfie with him. The joy of the two of them on their faces, the smiles they had when they took the selfie together, overlooking Bangkok. That was what brought me joy because the joy on his father's face, I think very proud of his son, also the joy that he was able to walk up all of those stairs. I got to take a photo of the two of them taking the selfie, and I keep it and I look at it, and it was just, I can't describe it any better than just pure joy. And that stayed with me.
That's wonderful. So, a wonderful, feisty 92-year-old walking with you and his son up a long flight of steps. I lost my own mum, age 92, exactly a year ago on Monday.
Mm,
And she was feisty too. Yes.
yeah.
And there's nothing like the joy of being alive and being determined. And that's a fantastic story, Ema. If we look ahead,
Mhm.
the week ahead, what joys can we anticipate?
As you and I are foreigners living here in Singapore, what more joy can it be than to join in with all the other Singaporeans celebrating SG60? Um, I'm loving actually just the all the different celebrations that are already happening. Actually, have been happening for the past 2 months as they prepare for National Day and all of that. But I've been speaking to my friends, fellow Singaporeans. Not all the stories are happy stories, but they're stories of resilience, and for me as a storyteller and someone who trains people in storytelling, the stories are just amazing. And I'm also hearing from stories from people like you, Simon. You've been here, the way you put it, more than half
Um, 32
of
years.
Singapore's
So,
life. There you
well,
go.
as an independent republic, yes.
Yeah.
And I love Singapore, and it's I'm in a condo that was in the sea when I came to Singapore. So I'm on the 19th floor of a condo built on reclaimed land, and that sums up Singapore, which
Yeah.
which moves relentlessly ahead, and
Yeah.
it is a joyful place, and so. SG60, the 60th anniversary of Singapore, 60th year since independence. If I can interject the Raffles Crew at this point, we have a whole bunch of SG60 events starting on Monday where we celebrate women, their contribution to Asia, their contribution to business and culture with our Sisters of Enheduana lunch. This is pretty much sold out, although we could probably squeeze a couple of people in. Got another event on the 20th, which is a seekers event. That is people that are looking for the next best thing. We're going to start working on a trajectory for you. How can we support you? How can we get you to where you want to go? And then on the 28th, we have something a little bit more celebratory. We have a whiskey tasting. We're inviting founders and funders, that is, people that have got their own idea, their own new enterprise, whether it's just a startup, whether it's Series A, Series B, and some of the people that like to invest in the new things that are happening. And for those of you who don't know, Singapore is an absolute hotbed of innovation, particularly when it comes to the tech industry. And we're going to have a lot of tech founders there on the 28th. Well, Ima, you're wonderful. It's such a nice way to start the week with a bit of gratitude. So thank you for your anecdote. And till we speak again, thank you.
Happy 60th Singapore.